Hello everyone, this is Madhavi Karamudi, Assistant Professor in CSC Department. In this lecture, I will talk about variables in C language. First, we will see why we need to use variables. So, in any programming language, these variables plays an important role. It is one of the basic building block of any programming language. Why? Because in any programming language, we'll write the programs for doing some specific task. So for performing the task, definitely we require the data and we need to store the data in the memory. So if you can directly store your data in the memory, in future, if you want to recognize or identify the data, it will be very difficult. We can identify it by using its memory address only. So memory address generally will be in the form of some numbers. So it will be very difficult to remember the number every time. That is the reason why if you can give your own name to the memory location related to your program, then it will be very easy to identify. Okay, this is the main concept behind the variable. So variable means it is just a name given to the memory location and it is used for storing the data. So as the name implies, its value will not be fixed. Whenever required, we can change that value from that memory location. We can remove the data from the memory location and we can store the data into that memory location. So you can use that variable for multiple times. So reusability is also possible with the variable concept. Now, next one is how to declare the variables in C language. Definitely, if you are storing the data in the variable, before using that variable, we should declare it. So why we need to declare the variable is declaration means with that declaration only we can declaration means it is just a instruction given to the compiler about your variable. So what type of data you are storing in that variable and what is the name of that variable. So that kind of data we need to give it to the compiler prior to use that variable itself. Okay, so how that can be possible? That can be possible by using the declaration statement. So this is the syntax of the variable declaration in C language. So data type indicates what type of data you are going to store in that variable and name of the variable. So this variable name is any name. It is a user defined name, right? Now see some examples. So like this we can declare the variables, data type and name of the variable, data type, name of the variable, data type, name of the variable. So what is the meaning of these variables, variable declarations? Here we are giving the instruction to the compiler that in my program, I am going to store some data in the variable A. In that, I am going to store integer type data. And in my program, I am going to use the variable B. So in that, I am going to store floating point data. So this kind of instruction we are giving to the compiler by using declaration statement, right? Now coming to the rules for writing the variable names. So what kind of names are preferable for using variables? So first important thing is always the variable name should have alphabets, digits or special symbol like underscore. You should not use any other special symbol other than underscore. And second one, variable name must not start with the digit. So your variable in your variable name you can use digits, but it should not start with the digit. Always your variable name start with either alphabet or underscore symbol, but it should not start with the number. Okay, and next one is and you should not leave spaces between the variable names. Okay, that means suppose if you are using two different words, compulsory that two different words should be separated with underscore. But with the two different words with space separation should not be valid for writing the variable name. And next important one is keywords or reserved words are not allowed for the variable names. In any programming language, there are some predefined names, predefined keywords or reserved words like if, else, for, while, do, switch, go to, break, int, float, char. So these kind of keywords you should not use for variable names. Okay. And next important rule is C language is case sensitive. That means that uppercase letters and lowercase names are treated it as different. So once you declare the variable with uppercase letter, but in your program, if you use that variable with lowercase letters, then definitely your compiler will not understand those variables. Compiler will treat it as two different variables only. So while using the names, while declaring the variable names, you should follow these rules for the variables. Now see some of the valid variable names. Here I am declaring the variable name as int a. So this is valid because it is not starting with any digit, and here I am not using any space. So it is valid. Now see the second one, underscore AB. So our variable name can also start with the underscore, but it should not start with digit. So this is also valid. Now see the third representation. Here I am using the digits and number in the variable name, but your variable name is not starting with the digit. So this is also valid. Now see some invalid variable names. First one, int 2. So here if you can see this one, 2 is a digit. So you should not use, your variable name should not start with the digit, but in the middle you can use it. So this is invalid. And if you see the second one, int a space b, you can use variable ab, and you can use variable a, or you can use variable b, but you should not leave space between a and b. That is invalid. So that is also invalid variable name. Now see the third one. Here int long. Long is a reserved word. It is a kind of data type in C language. So it is a reserved word. So you should not use the reserved word for the variable names. So these three are the invalid variable names. Now coming to the initialization part. Once you declare the variable, now next step is you can store the content in the variable. So how to store the data in the variable is by using assignment operator. So by using assignment operator, we can assign value to the variable. Okay, see the syntax of variable initialization. So data type, name of the variable, assignment operator, value. This means that whatever value you want to store in the variable, you just assign that value by using assignment variable to the variable. Right? Now see, this is one example, simple example for variable initialization. Int a equal to 10, b equal to 20. Here in the single statement itself, I have declared two variables. Like this, it is possible. Suppose if you are declaring multiple variables in single line, compulsory each variable should be separated with the semicolon. And you can also write initialization statements of two variables of same type in single line also. See, here I am writing two variables, a and other variable b. I am initializing a to 10 and b to 20 in the single line. So this is also valid. Right? Now see, second variable I am taking float f equal to 20.8. That means here in this float variable, I am storing the value 20.8. Now see the third one. So variable name is C, is of type character, and in this C variable, I am storing the variable, I am storing the value A. So in this way, by using assignment operator, we can store the contents or value or data into the variable. Right? Now see this simple diagram for understanding how the variable looks like in the memory. So just assume that this box indicates the memory location, right? So each memory location is recognized by using some address, right? So this memory is recognized by the address 2374. And here I am declaring one variable int j. Okay, so j is a name given to this 2374 location. Now I am assigning that j with 10, j equal to 10. That means I am storing value 10 in the variable j. Right? So now finally, what are these three things? J is the name assigned to the location 2374. 10 is the value that is stored in the location 2374, and 2374 is the memory address. Right? So what we can understand from this diagram is J is a variable name. This is a just name given to the memory location, right? Now see the categories of variables. How many types of variables are there in C language? So generally, there are various categories of variables: local variable, global variable, static variable, automatic variable, external variable. Okay, so in this session, we'll discuss about only local variable and global variable. We'll see more about static variable, automatic variable, external variable in coming session. In the concept called as storage classes, we'll see the use of those three things, right? Now see what is a local variable. So local variable means, as the name implies, whenever a variable is declared inside the function or inside any block, then that variable is called as local variable of that particular function. Okay, so if you are using any variable, before use itself, you have to declare it, or at the time of using itself, you have to declare it with specified data type. Right? Now see the example for local variable. So here I am writing one function 1. Inside this function 1, I am declaring the variable, as well as in the same statement itself, I am assigning the value 10. Int x equal to 10. That means that this x is a local variable to this variable, to this function 1. So if you want to access this x, you can access it only inside the function 1. Outside the function 1, you cannot access this variable. Okay, so local variable means wherever you have declared that variable, only in that scope, in that block only you can access that variable. Now coming to the global variable. Global variable means this is just like a kind of public. Okay, so if there is a public property, definitely anybody can have right to access it. Similarly, in programming languages also, if you declare any variable outside the functions, then automatically that variable is called as global variable. You can access that global variable anywhere in the program. So suppose, just assume that in your program, you have 3 functions, function 1, function 2, function 3. You have declared some variable x before all 3 functions. That means that x will be the global variable. You can access that x in function 1 as well as in function 2 as well as in function 3 without any problem. Okay, so that is about global variables. So in the next class, we'll see about external variables, static variables, and automatic variables. Now see one more example for global variable. So here I am declaring the value before the function. So that means that this is a global variable. And inside the function 1, I am declaring one more variable x. So this means that x is a local variable. X is a local variable and the value is a global variable. So this global variable you can access throughout the program. But this local variable you can access only inside this function 1. This is the difference between global variable and local variable. Okay, so in next class, I'll demonstrate the use of static variable, external variable, and automatic variable, right? So thank you one and all.